It's my pleasure now to introduce Bob Continetti. He's the Senior Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. That is more than a full-time job. He's a distinguished professor of chemistry and biochemistry, but on top of all of that, he's the Dean Designate overseeing the Qualcomm Institute. And not only is that an important thing from an administrative point of view, but boy, has he been instrumental in helping make this happen. You won't be surprised if you're familiar with how things work at the university, all the approvals and all the consultations that need to take place before you can create a facility of this sort. And Bob was of extraordinary help. He serves in his primary role as the principal advisor to the Executive Vice Chancellor, Elizabeth Simmons, on all academic personnel matters, and provides leadership at the intersection between the academic mission and administrative processes in academic planning, resource management, space and capital planning for the general campus. So every one of those things was in play here. Prior to this position, he has a strong history of service to San Diego, having served for 2 terms as chair of the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry, and also served as the chair of the San Diego Division of the Academic Senate. We couldn't have a better person who understands the culture of the campus helping us. He himself is an experimental physical chemist with research interests focusing on the studies of the reaction dynamics of isolated molecules, clusters, and nanoparticles, and has been here at UCSD since 1992. He's an elected fellow of the AAAS, the Association for the Advancement of Science, and the American Physical Society. He's received numerous awards for his research and teaching, including the Packard Fellowship, the Camille Teacher Scholar Award, and the Sloan Research Fellowship, among others. So wonderful person to have as your boss. You can take any problem, and he finds a way to help you. So, Bob.
Thank you, Ramesh, for that introduction. It's probably longer than what I'm going to say. And I'm going to have to take a little closer look at what the biographies they send over are. But it really is a pleasure to welcome you all here today for the opening of this new MEG facility here in Atkinson Hall. For the last 4 years, I've been working with Ramesh very closely as the Qualcomm Institute moved to become a general campus ORU. I used to report to the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Research. And one of the goals there, of course, is to engage more with the educational mission and develop a sustainable model for the Institute going forward. And I'm pleased that Ramesh has embraced all of these missions, and the educational effort here at Qualcomm just continues to increase. And it's so exciting to see undergraduates and graduate students working with a facility like the MEG here. So. And as Ramesh pointed out, one of the real goals of this institute is to be a broad transdisciplinary institute that has significant impacts on the campus across the whole spectrum, from the arts to the hospital and everywhere in between. And the MEG, again, is a fine example of that. As Ramesh discussed, Atkinson Hall is a unique facility, and it is. And that's one of the ways that we can support, in this case, cutting-edge research and clinical instrumentation in a central location on the campus that's really state-of-the-art. I was told there's only maybe 2 of these in all of California, and so I'm really pleased that we were able to work through all the red tape to get it moved from Sorrento Valley up here into Atkinson. It's really days like these, Ramesh described my many responsibilities, and they are broad, but the Dean Designate thing was something that was kind of put on top of the rest, and it is really in days like these when I see an exciting new facility like this opening that it makes it worth the effort year in and year out. And congratulate Ramesh on doing the hard work to give me what I needed to get all the approvals to make this happen. So let me thank as well Drs. Lee and Huang and their teams for helping make this what's going to be a vital facility that's going to contribute not only to research but also to patient care. And again, that's an example of how the Qualcomm Institute wants to support the entire campus across health sciences and the general campus. And one final note. Ramesh talked about the analogy to a wireless network, but I gather these signals are very, very small that have to be detected. And so as a physical chemist who I actually do electron spectroscopy, where I use lasers to knock electrons off of molecules and measure their kinetic energy, I really appreciate magnetic and electromagnetic shielding. And I got to say, the MEG is, I think, one of the most incredible examples of that I've seen to date. So I know everybody's going to enjoy seeing the facility. And again, it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for coming to this event.